Does the firmament touch the earth?
From Wikipedia.org. The firmament is said to be made of solid ice occupying the space between the earth and the first heaven.
Alexa, can anyone get through the firmament?
From Substack.com. NASA used high-altitude explosives to try and penetrate the firmament, and what they filmed of the operation was the result of their explosives creating massive watery wave propagation above them as they hit the quasi-vitreous dome above the Earth known as the firmament.
Alexa, is anyone able to get to space from going through the firmament?
No one is able to reach space by going through the firmament. The firmament is considered to be a barrier that has never been penetrated by humans, not even in science fiction or NASA's outer space movies.
Thank you.
Government admits flat Earth document number 1, put out by the CIA, whereby it looks like they stole it from the USSR, and this document was created, appears to be sometime around March of 1957, and you'll notice that in the bottom left-hand corner you'll see the title of the document, the author, if there is one cited, unless there's a ton of them, and I'm not going to list them all. And then you have the URL of this document, so if you want to go download it yourself, you're able to. And when I go through these documents themselves, you'll see on the bottom right-hand corner is the page number where you can find these phrases and words cited. So beginning with page 19 of 100 for this dissertation, there's the brightness of the firmament. The firmament is a biblical term which is mentioned in Genesis chapter 1 8 different times, and beginning with verse 6. And the firmament was made to divide and separate the waters from above from below, as well as the sun, moon, and stars are placed within the firmament. So please go reread Genesis chapter 1. The firmament is also mentioned on page 20. Also, a near sun, which means localized sun, is mentioned, and it talks about the brightness of the first order and derived on the assumption of a flat Earth, and giving some conclusions derived on the basis of this formula. So the formula is based upon the assumption of a flat Earth. There's a near sun, and there's a firmament, apparently.
Genesis chapter 1, verse 6, then God said, let there be an expanse between the waters, separating water from water. What is the waters above? What are the waters beneath? The waters beneath the sky are the bodies of water we have here on earth. The oceans, the lakes, the rivers, and anything like that. The waters above are the clouds. Sometimes those waters get heavy and it rains. So he separated the waters above in the clouds from the waters below, and then we have the water cycle happening.
A rainbow. National Geographic tells us that a rainbow is a multicolored arc made by light striking water droplets. The most familiar type rainbow is produced when sunlight strikes raindrops in front of a viewer at a precise angle. Rainbows can also be viewed around fog, sea spray, or waterfalls. A rainbow is an optical illusion. It does not actually exist in a specific spot in the sky. The appearance of a rainbow depends on where you are standing and where the sun or other source of light is shining. They go on to state that rainbows are the result of the refraction and reflection of light. Both refraction and reflection are phenomena that involve a change in a wave's direction. A refracted wave may appear bent, while a reflected wave may seem to bounce back from a surface or other wavefront. Light entering a water droplet is refracted. It is then reflected by the back of the droplet. As this reflected light leaves the droplet, it is refracted again at multiple angles. Refraction is the bending of light. It also happens with sound, water and other waves, as it passes from one transparent medium, such as glass, into another. Here we see the white light hitting the glass triangular prism and refracting the light into a straight rainbow. We have never seen a straight rainbow, a triangular rainbow, or one that forms right angles or goes up and down or left to right. In order for refraction to take place, the white light has to reflect through a prism, which has to be transparent like glass. So whatever the white light of the sun is hitting when we see a rainbow, it has to be the shape of the prism it is hitting. The rainbow is always there, but there needs to be a screen for us to see it. The rainbow is always there, but we only see it when the rain forms a condensed mist, like a screen. That's why we see smaller rainbows in garden sprinklers. And it's important to note that the rainbows we see in garden sprinklers retain the same shape as the ones we see in the sky. The screen mist of water provides us a screen to see the refracted light of the rainbow, which holds its prism's shape, i.e. a glass dome. It's really that simple. In the same way the laws of density and perspective are really that simple. But here's where it gets unbelievable. Look at this image of a rainbow reflected in the ocean. Notice how the colors are reflected, like in a mirror, so the colors are reversed. The violet, indigo and blue that are always at the bottom of the rainbow are here at the top of the rainbow in the reflection. Now try this for yourself at home. ScienceSparks.com tells us how we can make a rainbow. You can either make a rainbow with a mirror. Try placing a mirror inside a glass and angling the glass so sunlight hits the mirror. You should be able to reflect a rainbow onto a wall. Or you can do the same exercise, but instead of using sunlight, you can shine a torch. The rainbow that is reflected from the flat mirror, i.e. the prism, and the screen of water, like when it rains or there is water mist, creates a near straight rainbow onto the wall. If water is the reason for creating the arched rainbow shape, as science says, then why does it here produce a straight rainbow? Now take a domed circular glass as your prism and fill it with water and let the white light of the sun shine through it. You get an arched rainbow because the prism has a dome-like shape. And it's just like the rainbow we see here on Earth. There is a double rainbow here, but unlike the double rainbow we see reflected in the ocean, the colors here are not reverse. Now look. Can you see it? The colors in the top rainbow are reversed. What you are seeing is a reflection of the rainbow in the glass firmament above, just like you would in a mirror and just like we see over the ocean or a lake. How dare they lie to us?
Apparently. Government admits flat Earth, document number 2. Propagation of electromagnetic fields over flat Earth. You'll notice that on page 7, it says flat idealized Earth. On page 17, flat Earth. Page 18, flat Earth. Page 28, flat Earth. Page 35, flat Earth. Government admits flat Earth, document number 3, from the U.S. Army, titled An Energy Budget Model to Calculate the Low Atmosphere Profiles of Effective Sound Speed at Night. There's an image in the document where it shows a near and localized sun, crepuscular rays, and a flat Earth. And that again is on page 10. And then if you go to page 16, you see the word flat Earth. Government admits flat Earth, document number 4, put out by the United States Army, titled Computationally Efficient Algorithms for Estimating the Angle of Arrival of Helicopters Using Acoustic Arrays. Let's see what it has to say. On page 17, it says flat Earth. Page 30, flat Earth model. Page 31, flat Earth. Page 35, a flat Earth. Government.
Rockets don't have brakes. It literally stopped. All of that angular momentum from the rotation of the rocket and the linear momentum from flying up just stopped. No, it had to have hit something. What would it hit? If it hit a solid surface, the rocket would have been destroyed. Most likely the camera too, so we wouldn't have the footage, and obviously that's not the case.
Werner von Braun. This is Werner von Braun, former head of NASA, and he's at the set of Apollo. This is the tombstone of Werner von Braun, and look at this. There is Psalms 91 of the Bible. Isn't it funny that the head of NASA has got this on his tombstone? The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament sheweth his handiwork. This is a huge simulator of the moon, and here are some artists who are painting the moon on canvas, like this here. And they are recording this stuff, right? Here are the trails. There is a camera who is simulating approaching the moon. There. Filming the lunar surface. Here they are spraying and painting the canvas, the huge canvas. Here, at the top. Right? And they are driving this way along, filming this. Like this here. Right here, they are driving along. Roger, main beautiful. Okay, stand by 13, we're looking at it. Okay, right now, you said the voltage is looking good. And we had a pretty large bang associated with the caution warning there. And as I recall, maybe was the one that hit us.
a flat Earth. Government admits flat Earth, document number 5. This one is from United States Army, titled Adding Liquid Payloads Effects to the 6DOF Trajectory of Spinning Projectiles. Let's see what it has to say. On page 7, it says, assume a flat Earth. These equations assume a flat Earth.